This is Onyx again, and I know I said yesterday that I was going to start to read one of my books, and I am starting with my book, Even Me. Here is the title. Here is the actual book. It is called Even Me by Onyx. It is available on Amazon right now. I am going to begin to read a chapter, especially if you know me. If you don't, I can autograph it if you order. If you don't, you can just listen to me read every day. So I'm going to read one chapter, and I'm starting with the novel, Even Me. Now, I want to give a disclaimer before I start. This is really hard. So if you don't want to have your younger people or your children to understand, I want you to know Even Me is a really hard book. Even Me deals with the foster care system. It also deals with domestic violence. It also deals with drug addiction. I want you guys to know this is hard. So and I'm very blunt in the book, so I want you to know that right up front. Okay, I'm going to start once again. Here is a cover. The name of this book is Even Me. Okay, and I'm going to read the back because that's pretty important. And the back says that Missy is the eldest daughter of a drug-addicted single mother. Her and her two siblings were removed from her mother's custody and placed in the foster care system. Some homes were good, most were bad. Missy meets people who come from the best backgrounds and turn out good, to people like her who come from bad backgrounds and turn out better. Missy thinks it's her mission in life to save everyone who crosses her path. She wants to introduce everyone that she meets to the one who can heal the lowest of the low, especially people like her who don't deserve it. Once again, I now introduce you to my novel, Even Me. Even Me by Onyx King, once again, is available on Amazon. Chapter 1. Lying in the middle of a puddle of pee made me feel warm, even though the heat was off. Sometimes the water was off, so at least I could get a drink if I got thirsty. Fat as I am, I can stand to miss a few meals. That's what Lucy says anyway. Lucy is my mama, but she says that she is too young to be anybody's mama. That's why I call her Lucy. My name is Missy. I am 10 years old. My face is black as tar, and I am fat as a cow. I'm not just saying that either, because I think it. Everybody tells me that I'm fat and I'm black. Lucy smokes crack, and that's why we don't have any heat. We almost never have no food or water. Lucy makes sure she got some crack though. But I'm a big girl, and I have two little sisters who are crying all the time. All us pee in the bed, but that pee sure does keep your bed warm. Sometimes the kids at school tease me, talking about I smell like pee, and I don't care though. At least that way, I ain't got to talk to them. They won't be asking me a whole lot of questions. Missy, get down these stairs. You better not have peed in that bed. You know you're too old for that mess. That's why little Katie and Jane pee in their bed. They think it's okay because you do it. And I don't want to go downstairs because I'm hungry. And I know that she ain't going to give me nothing. I'm tired of this mess. I bet if I was a big old crack, she would. As soon as I climbed out of my bed, it was like somebody had thrown ice cold water on me. I almost ran down the stairs to go in the kitchen where Lucy was. Took you long enough. Put on your shoes and go to the store and get me some cigarettes. Okay, Lucy, can I get some bologna and crackers too? Yourself always thinking about something to eat. That's why you fat anyway. No, you better bring me my change back. I almost started crying right in front of Lucy, but I knowed that it wouldn't have done me no good. Lucy was gonna get her some cigarettes and crack and smoke all day. Me, Katie, and Jane were gonna just be hungry again. I'm gonna get us something to eat today. I don't care what. As I was walking down to the store for Lucy's cigarettes, I made up my mind that I was going to steal me and my sister some bologna and crackers. Lucy was not going to get none either. As I walked in the old man Johnson store, it was like sweat was running down my back. I was so scared, but I had to. We ain't had nothing to eat in 4 days. I opened my coat and I put a pack of bologna under my armpit, and I walked over to the crackers. I put them under my other armpit, and I was gonna break mine up and make me some little sandwiches. That way they last longer. I guess I really didn't think about it well enough, because when my arm came up to pay for Lucy's cigarettes, that pack of bologna fell straight to the floor. Pee just started running down my leg. I was so scared. "Hey, you little fat black girl, why you always stealing my stuff? And don't tell me that you hungry. You're too fat for that one." Yeah, I know that I was fat, but I was hungry. Mr. Johnson, me and my sister's real hungry. We ain't had nothing to eat in 4 days. We so hungry. I promised that I wouldn't be trying to take your bologna if we weren't. He got real quiet for a minute. Then he just looked at me and says, "Go on, girl, get out of my store." I snatched Lucy's cigarettes and ran all the way home. Little Katie and Jane gonna be happy when I get there, because I finally got something for them to eat. I sat down on the stoop before I ran in the house. I want to catch my breath a minute. "Missy, I know you ain't just sitting out there on that porch when I'm in this house waiting on my cigarettes. I'm coming." I ran right past that kitchen, throwing them old nasty cigarettes on the table. On the way up the stairs to get my sisters, I ran in our room hollering, "Y'all come on, I got us something to eat." I ain't have to tell them again. They jumped out of their beds real quick. We were sitting on the floor, eating our little sandwiches, when I looked up and saw Lucy standing in our door. "What y'all got? Y'all ain't gonna give me none?" "Missy, you stole that, didn't your fat self?" Before she could get out her next words, we all heard a loud boom. We all ran down the stairs to see what was going on. When we got down there, the living room was filled with police. "All right, I'm gonna need all of you guys to come on down those stairs and lay down on the ground. This is a raid." Lucy just started crying. The girls did too, but I was glad. I was tired of Lucy smoking cigarettes and crack all the time. Going into foster care wasn't too bad. The only thing was they didn't have anybody that would take all us. So we got split up. Me to one place and my sister to some other place. Pastor and Mrs. Simpson wasn't so bad. I mean, we had to go to church all the time, but I like going to church. I got to wear clean dresses and we ate good food. Only I never really listened to what Pastor Simpson was talking about. Today I listened real good. Oh man, here he go with this again. I'm tired of hearing about David. Don't he know about no other man in the Bible? Who is this David? I want to hear about him. In the book of Samuel, the Israelites had tired of the judges. They were frustrated and mad that they just could not seem to beat the Philistines. Also, the judges were more into politics, taking bribes and such, while people were really suffering, losing battle after battle against the Philistines. The people wanted a king. God spoke to the prophet Samuel and told him to go to the house of Jesse in Bethlehem, because he had selected one of his sons to be the king of Israel. At first, Samuel was afraid, because he knew that if Saul found out about this, that he would have him killed, but he went anyway. See, church, that right there is a message to somebody in this place today. Sometimes you have to do it scared. I don't care if it doesn't feel right. Maybe it won't look right at you, but rest assured, God has a plan. Now Samuel went to Jesse's house because that is where he was going to find the king, and he was to anoint him with a flask of oil. Jesse brought forth 7 sons for the prophet, but the Lord told him that they weren't the one. Now is not a man that he should lie. So Jesse had another son. Jesse told him that there was only one left, but he was filthy and always singing. He took care of the sheep. Also, that he was just a boy. See, Jesse was just like us. We are always judging people. We think that we know the heart of God. Well, David came in the house and he was smelly like sheep, but God doesn't look at the outer appearance. He looks at the heart. David was the one. Tears were just running down my face. This couldn't be real. Could God really want me? Fat as I am, black as I am, I'm a foster kid that no one cares about nohow. I know that God doesn't want me. Pastor Simpson looked right at me. My head was down because I was so ashamed that I was crying. Pastor stopped right in the middle of his sermon. Missy, come on down to the altar, baby. God is waiting on you. He loves you just like you are. Wow, now that really got me. The Lord was waiting for me? I ain't nobody. And ain't nobody sure waiting on me. I got up out of my seat and slowly made my way to the front. I had to go. God was waiting. God loved even me. So that's chapter 1. Tomorrow, we'll get to chapter 2. And the name of my book, remember, is Even Me. It's a beautiful day outside today. Everybody have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll see you another time. Bye-bye.